Oh, I thought you'd gone to bed already. What are you doing up so late? You having a hard time sleeping? Well, what's troubling you? I see. I know. A busy head can never relax, as they say. How about I read you a small story? Something that can hopefully calm that busy head of yours? You'd want that? Alright. Please make yourself comfortable. If you want, there is some tea left in the kettle, but I can't promise it's too warm. Alright. Are you ready? There once was a king. A proud and beloved king. He ruled over his kingdom with care and love. The people loved him for his fairness and gentle demeanor. The king had one son and one daughter. The son was a tall, strong young man with light brown hair and the aura of a true leader. The daughter was a fair and beautiful lady with silky smooth and soft brown hair. Her gentle nature and caring personality assured every soul who spoke to her that everything would remain okay. The king and his kids were loved by the people because they had brought growth and prosperity to them. Was it the son's strategic mind or the king's knowledge? Maybe it was the daughter's ability to always de-escalate any situation. Or perhaps it was the last person in the court. You see, there was one last person who walked amongst the royal family. No, it wasn't a queen. No one really knew what happened to the queen. No, you see, it was a butler. A butler of the most true... probably not the truest of natures, but at least he was a butler. He was dressed in a black and grey suit, blonde hair, and eyes that could shine through the darkest of nights. The butler had been with the king throughout his entire reign, as well as the kid's entire childhood. He'd always been there to support and give counsel. The king trusted the butler's word like it was spoken gold. The son and daughter both trusted the butler to be by them and help them should they ever need it. And with the butler's care, the king's knowledge, and both of the kids' true power, the castle and the people around it lived in prosperity for multiple years and generations. So, this is where our small story begins. Please, have some tea. Alright. Chapter 1. The Stranger. It was a calm and serene evening, as the king and his kids were all enjoying their dinner. The butler, making sure the kitchen was on time and flush of exotic birds all flying around the huge castle, gave a feeling of everlasting peace. However, this peace would be broken as the front doors were swung open with incredible force. A man, dressed in a cloak, a moss-green vest, and brown pants stood in the comically large doorway. The king, startled by the sudden thud of the door, stood up and raised his hands towards the stranger, commanding his guards to apprehend him. The son, who had also shut up at the loud sound, drew his blade as he, together with the guards, approached the man, asking him, "Who are you, and what are you doing here?" The stranger, having his face half concealed by the cloak, did not respond. No, all he did, with a slow and almost gentle movement, raised his hand, pointing at the king. You made the promise. You must pay and obey the law of equal exchange. The king, obviously rattled by the sentence, looked at the man. I know who you are. The man who walks the mist, caught in between where neither space nor time can touch him. The lonely man who gave away his own mortality in a sheepish attempt to cheat death. You are the stranger, the man of no name, the man of no importance while also being of the utmost importance. As the king said these words, he felt his courage slowly return, but he knew that the man was a person not to trifle with. This man was the closest to a walking demigod that a man could meet. A few moments of complete silence followed after the king had talked. The guards and son were all tense, looking at the stranger. The stranger still holding a hand stretched out, pointing at the king. The silence was broken by the daughter, who put down her glass ever so gently and with a gentle voice invited the stranger to sit with them and have dinner. You're already looking quite tired. Tell you what, we'll stop for now, and I'll read you chapter 2 tomorrow before you have to go to bed. How does that sound? All right.